Elements basically refers to all the individual components that make up what we call graphic designs. Welcome back. Now we are going to be jumping right into elements of graphic design, right? And like I said in the previous video, elements basically refers to all the individual components that make up what we call graphic designs, right? So we have quite a few elements here, and we're going to be looking at them. We have points, we have lines, we have shapes slash planes, we have texture, we have space, we have form, we have color, we have type, right? So these are basically the elements of graphic design. We're going to be looking at them one after the other. Now the first one is points, and points can be defined as a dot made in design space. A tube like that, made in design space. Now it is the beginning of something in nothing. So basically, points are that easy to explain, because if you take a pen and just drop something like this on your paper, you've basically made a point, right? You've made a point. So a point is actually a dot made in design space. Now, points too can actually be formed. Points can be interesting in the way that you use them in designs, but basically they are like the foundation of every design, because the moment you want to start creating something in your design space, you're already creating a point. So that is what a point is, right? So sometimes points can be combined in interesting formats to actually generate interesting shapes and all that. And also use points to generate textures in designs, but we're going to get to that. The next thing we're going to be looking at is lines. So what are lines? Well, a line is the distance between 2 points, or a point moving in design space. Now lines can be straight or curved, horizontal, vertical or diagonal, continuous or broken, or whichever way it is. And in designs, lines can be used to create a mood, like high energy for multiple diagonal lines or wavy lines, forming the impression of streams of water and creating a calming effect. Plenty grammar. In essence, what we are just saying is that line is the distance between 2 points. So like I said before, the moment you want to start creating, you're starting with a point. Now to generate a line, you basically, in your design space, you basically create 1 point and travel a distance and stop at another point. So it's like saying you're generating from point A to point B. That is what you use to generate a line. So a line is the distance between 2 points, or a point that is moving in design space, right? So that is what a line is. We have curved lines, like some of the ones are illustrated. We have straight lines, we have slanted, we have horizontal, vertical, and the rest of them. We have broken lines as well. And all these lines are still lines, right? And each of them, lines can be used in designs to create moods, can be used in designs to do stuff. Imagine when something like this, when you see something like this, you feel like it's a wave, right? When you see something like design like this, it feels like a wave. So lines can be used to create energy in designs, can be used to create a mood in designs. Whatever it is that you want to actually create in designs, can use your lines to do that. Now, after lines, we look at shapes slash planes. So a shape is a combination of lines that are connected at the ends and enclosed to form a solid two-dimensional area. A shape, I'll repeat that, a shape is a combination of lines that are connected at the ends and enclosed to form a solid two-dimensional area. Now a shape is generated using line elements, which in turn is generated using what? Points. So a shape is basically an enclosed area, a combination of lines that are connected at the ends, right? One line connects with another line, connects with another line, connects with another line, and they close into each other, right? To form an enclosed area. That is what we call a shape. So we have different kinds of shapes. We're not going to be looking at that because we are still in our introductory phase, but basically we have different types of shapes. We have geometric, we have organic, we have curvilinear, rectilinear, and the rest of them. But we are just looking at shape in its basic form. So shapes are just a combination of lines connected at the end and enclosed to form what? A solid two-dimensional area. Now look at the next thing there, texture. So what is texture? Texture is the physical and visual quality of the surface in design space. The physical and visual quality. Physical, visual quality of a surface in design space. Now, visual, actual, and pattern textures are the types of textures that we have. Now, a texture is basically how you see, like, the visual quality, like how you see what you see on the surface of an object. That is like the texture, the visual quality of it. Now, if you're looking at what is on the video right now, what is being displayed on the video, you're going to see that we have two textures, right? We have two textures that are on display right here. So texture is the visual quality of the surface. Basically, if you talk about visual, we are looking at textures in 2D space, right? 2D space refers to your computer, things you can't see, but you can, things you can't feel, but you can see, like things like the designs you do, right? So the visual textures are things like images. When you take a photo, for example, you see a human being standing, posing. Even while you're watching this video right now, you see me sitting down. You see some parts of me are dark, some parts of me are bright. You can tell that this shirt is cotton because you can probably see some of the roughness of it and all that. But everything you see is actually in a flat, two-dimensional surface, which is what we call a visual texture. So everything you think you are seeing is actually created by the lights, the shadows, the lines, the points, the dots, whatever it is. They combine to actually create this impression of what? Of a texture. So that is what we mean by visual texture. It's a texture that your eyes calculate based on the lighting effect, based on the highlights, the shadows, and some other things. Now, the actual texture refers to the ones you actually feel, the ones you see, like maybe an artist sculpting. You know, when you're looking at an artist sculpt, you see the roughness and you can actually touch it and feel it with your hands. You can tell that these sides are rough and these sides are smooth. That is the actual texture that we're talking about. Now, pattern textures are also visual textures, but basically in your computer, they are textures that have similarities, it's like a repetitive kind of texture, right? That looks the same. It's a repetitive kind of texture. I did like an example you can actually see on display on your screen. So that is texture basically explained. And we have space. Space is another element in graphic design. So what does space refer to? Well, space refers to the design space. That is the area where your designs take place. So if you're designing on your computer or your CorelDRAW or your Photoshop, that area that you're designing, the area you created for your design, is actually known as your design space. But space also means something else. Now, space also refers to the size, position, shading of objects in a manner that creates an illusion of proximity or spacing between them. Okay, like I did an example here with the image I drew. You can see there are 2 or 3 circles there, oval shapes. You can see that by looking at them, even by the highlights and the shadows that are created, you can also tell that you can feel that one of the shape is on top of the other one, but not actually resting on it, but like spaced out from it because of the highlights, the shadows, and all the other effects are applied there. So that thing you're seeing there, the illusion that is creating there is actually the space as well. It's actually referred to as space. So space can be the area around your design, or also the size or position or shading of objects in a manner that creates an illusion of proximity or distance, right? So that is space. An element. So we are looking at the next one, which is form. Well, basically when you hear form in design, it refers to any 3D object, right? Any object that has a 3-dimensional look and feel. Now, you see, CorelDRAW that we're going to be working with is a 2-dimensional software, which means it basically works with flat objects, flat images, everything flat. Everything is in CorelDRAW is just measured in an X and Y axis, or horizontal and vertical axis. So which means if you're drawing a shape in CorelDRAW, that shape usually has a length and a breadth. So those are the 2 things we're working with. But form is basically, form introduces a third angle to this thing, a third dimension, to this. And the third dimension is called depth. So basically we have length, we have breadth, and then we have depth. So that depth is actually the Z index. So when you're looking at form, I did illustrate an example. You can see the shape there. This is a cuboid shape, right? So it has depth. You can see it has a length, a breadth, like a Maggi cube basically. If you turn your Maggi cube and just face it very straight like this, it looks like a square because you're looking at the very flat surface. But if you tilt it a bit, someone can actually see that it's not a square. It has more instances of the same shape in, I think, at least about 8 different areas. So basically, that is how a form object is. So form refers to the arrangement of objects in three-dimensional area in the design space. The designer can depict a 3D object using colors, shapes, highlights, and shadows, creating a sense of width, height, and depth on an object. Now let's move to the next one. Now the next element we are looking at here is color. A color you perceive is the result of light bouncing off an object with a specific pigment. Color affects designs in several ways and is a very important element of design. Color lends strong visual communication to designs. Let's go back to the first definition. It says, the color you perceive is as a result of light bouncing off an object with a specific pigment. So the thing here is pigment. So what is pigment? Pigment is that color, that original color that an object has. And it's the color that the light reflects. Whenever a light bounces on an object, the pigment, the color that is embedded with that object is what the light illuminates. So that is the color that we see. So basically, that is what color refers to. In designs, we're going to be using colors a lot. Black is a color, white is a color. Basically, anything that is a color is a color. So you're going to be working with colors a lot. And your knowledge of colors is going to be really, really important in telling how your designs are going to look like. Because colors actually set the mood for designs. So while we're working with graphic designs, colors are very, very important. We're going to be working with colors a lot. The last thing we are looking at in elements of designs or elements of graphic designs is type. So type or typography is an important element of visual design because it literally bears the message you want to communicate. So type is your ABC to Z, 1, 2, 3, and the rest of them. And it says it literally bears the message you want to communicate. What better way? We human beings, we basically text each other, we chat each other, and all these things we do, we write it, we do them in text, right? And also emojis, right? But basically we do that in text. So type is very, very important because it passes the message in the cleanest and the purest and the easiest way possible, the most basic format. So, but the thing with type is that you have to pick the right one for the message you're passing across because fonts, otherwise called typefaces, they have moods and feelings and they can go with specific designs. Now, these moods can be told by their overall appearance, shape, and style. So basically what this is saying is that you have an obligation as a graphic designer to be able to look at fonts. That is, fonts refers to the different typefaces that we have and tell which one carries the kind of mood or the kind of feeling that you want to project in a design, right? So let's say you're doing a design for children. It's going to be too happy, 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 happy. So you need a font that is also looking happy, right? So believe it or not, fonts have feelings. They look happy. Some fonts look happy, some fonts look serious. And as a graphic designer, you have to begin to understand the language of fonts for you to be able to now apply the right fonts into your designs for them to pass the right kind of message. So we are going to be doing that or treating those stuff as we progress in our class, right? So these are basically the elements of graphic designs that we have. I hope you've actually caught some things here because in our next class, or in our next video rather, we're going to be looking at the principles of graphic designs. Stay tuned.